This week on Storyboard, we are in conversation with Karthik Raman, CMO Ageas Federal Life Insurance, on their interest in sports such as running, badminton, football and Paralympics ahead of their marquee running event as a title sponsor in Mumbai this weekend. We have Sharad Agarwal, head Lamborghini India, speaking about what's driving growth for the company and their plans for the festive season. We have Shailja Joshi, Director Marketing Potato Chips category PepsiCo India, speaking about their innovations, launch of Lays Gourmet and their consumer engagement strategies around the festive season. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. I'm Shibani Gharat. Today we are in conversation with Karthik Raman, CMO Ageas Federal Life Insurance, on their interest in sports such as running, badminton, Paralympics, football ahead of their marquee running event as a title sponsor in Mumbai this weekend after a gap of few years. He's also spoke about the challenges of transitioning from IDBI Federal Life Insurance to a new name, Ageas Federal Life Insurance, in the thick of the pandemic, key trends in the insurance industry and why more financial services players and banks are associating themselves with the sport of running. Karthik, welcome to CNBC-TV18.
Thank you.
Karthik, a big on-ground running event is returning to Mumbai after a gap of almost 2.5 years.
Yes.
What is the excitement as the title sponsor of this particular running event, and why is Mumbai such an important market?
So yes, we are absolutely happy. Very, very thrilled to have the on-ground event going live after, as you said, 2 years. And there's a terrific excitement out there because we've had almost about 15,000 plus runners who have already registered for the event. We are likely to have maybe a couple of, we will probably open up for some spot registrations. So we are looking at some terrific turnout on the 21st of August. Yeah. But the excitement has been fantastic. There are people who are calling up. They are really looking forward. At least in the running group that I participate in, there's a lot of excitement. People are really looking forward to being a part of the whole thing. As a sponsor, this is exactly what you want. You know, you want people to be talking about the event. You want people to be, having social media posts about them looking forward to being a part of the event. And as a brand, you obviously get the mileage.
And, over the past couple of years, we have seen a lot of BFSIs getting into this running space and associating themselves with marathons, whether as a title sponsor, an associate sponsor, and so on and so forth. So why is it why is running so appealing for brands in the BFSI space, Karthik?
2016 is when we had the first on-ground New Delhi Marathon. That was the first association that we had. So as a brand, then we were known as IDBI Federal Life Insurance. We wanted to hit the road hard in terms of the brand building exercise. And one of the mediums that we chose very consciously at that point in time was to move away from the way life insurance as a brand has always been positioned in the country. You know, people talk about life insurance as a medium of, the medium chosen by brands is talking about the fear and, the things of uncertainty and, So there's a lot of, unfortunately, set of negativity which surrounded the industry or the product of life insurance. And that is something that we wanted to move away from. We were a new player, literally, fairly new in the industry at that point in time. And if we also chose at that point in time to ride the same sentiment, we would have probably been one of the players making the noise in the same...
and fairly a late entrant into the market.
And a late entrant. So we would have anyway been killed by the other companies which had very, very deep pockets. So we needed something that was making us stand outside from the regular run. So if everybody was running towards north, we wanted to run towards east. And suddenly you get the attention. And that is when we said, life insurance is also very good. It's also a very positive product because it helps you lead the life of your choice. Because it gives you that financial net and takes away the financial worries. And then you can lead a life which is far more comfortable. Yeah. That is one. Two, we said, why health? Because we very firmly believe as an organization that health is the best insurance anybody can have. Yeah. So it became very simple. It was a no-brainer that we wanted to get onto a platform which encouraged people from every walk of life across various cities, across societies, to get an opportunity where they can run at iconic locations, iconic cities, Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta, Kochi, where we have our marathons. And we wanted to give them a route, an experience which they would cherish. So where else would you get 15, 20,000 people in a specific place at your beck and call for at least 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
If you're organizing a full marathon, then they are there for 6 hours. You can do your communication. You can reach out to those people. You have their mobile numbers, you have their email addresses, you have their age profile, you have their general profile. There's enough information that you get. They are the right audience that you have. They are healthy lives. They are the preferred lives from a life insurance perspective.
And also, apart from running, you have been associating yourself with different kinds of sports, including football, badminton, Paralympics. So how has that helped your brand?
So while yes, we wanted to also talk about pushing a healthy and healthy lifestyle to the society at large. One of the things that we also wanted to do parallelly was to focus on grassroots level sports. So we dabbled a bit with football, we dabbled a bit with cricket. We had the association with Jeff Thompson. We had 3 bowling foundations: Mumbai Cricket Association, Karnataka State Cricket Association, and Kerala Cricket Association.
Also, Sachin Tendulkar is your ambassador.
Yeah, Sachin Tendulkar is the brand ambassador. I would say the best ambassador for health in the country. Having played 24 years of sport at the highest level, I think there is nobody better than him. Coming back to cricket, Prasidh Krishna, who is currently part of the Indian cricket team, is a product of the Karnataka State Cricket Association, trained by Jeff Thompson. So we did a bit as far as cricket is concerned, but our major focus then shifted to badminton, because we believe that India has got huge talent, and the talent pool that we have is phenomenal. The kind of players that we can unearth from various corners of the country is extraordinary. We held a camp, we held a selection actually for identifying talented kids under the age of 11 to come and become a part of the Pullela Gopichand Academy to train as young champs at the academy. Happy to say there are 5 kids who are training at that point in time. One of them is the national sub-junior #1 in the country. I believe she would go to become a much bigger. But we believe that, if we as an organization are able to provide a platform for youngsters, for the people who otherwise find it difficult to break into or get the right kind of training for them to leverage on the talent that they hold. If we are able to provide a platform, it would serve well.
Great. Karthik, so much has changed in the past 2 years, and at your organization front, you guys changed names from IDBI Federal Life Insurance to Aegis Federal Life Insurance. Can you share with us what were the challenges to have this transition done, especially in the tough times which we faced in the past 2 years?
So our biggest challenge was not about creating the brand campaign. Our biggest challenge was to communicate the brand campaign. Because of the lockdowns, there was hardly anybody moving around. The consumption of newspapers practically came down to a standstill. So even if I did a front page, full page ad, the newspaper was not being consumed, so it was not helping me. I could have done hoardings, but there was hardly anybody on the street. So my biggest challenge of moving from IDBI Federal to Ageas Federal was, how do I communicate to the world at large? I think that was the biggest challenge that we had.
And how did you overcome this challenge?
So we went berserk on digital. We used all the platforms that were available on digital, because one thing that pandemic did was transitioned us overnight to a digitally savvy country.
Finally, before we go, what's in store? What will be the key focus areas for brand Aegis Federal Life Insurance in the coming months?
The 2 things that we want to immediately focus upon is digital. We want to get our distribution footprint improved. Customer experience is going to be very, very critical, and of course, data analytics, everything else follows.
Correct. All the best for that. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you so much.
It is time for a short break. On the other side, we have Sharad Agarwal, head Lamborghini India, speaking about what's driving growth for the company and their plans for the festive season. Welcome back. Lamborghini saw a record-breaking 2021 globally and in India as well. 69 units were delivered in India with a 86% growth. Ankita Saxena caught up with Sharad Agarwal, head Lamborghini India, to find out what is driving growth at a time of high inflationary pressures. What are the key markets for them and their festive season plans? Listen in.
Hi Sharad, welcome to CNBC-TV18. So good to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Sharad, Lamborghini has had a record-breaking 2021 globally and in India as well. Your new model Urus sold some 200 models in India. Every luxury car maker has certain targets. How far have you come on that, and how far have your other models been faring on that, and what are your best performing models in the portfolio?
See, we are a part of a luxury industry, and it's more important for us that we are working on a consistent business growth in the market. In fact, we are driving a strategy which is driven on 3 key pillars for us to drive this consistent performance in the market, and we are not really chasing a volume number or a volume target in the market. So we are focusing on our pillars so that we can have a consistent growth, and we can also create the right experiences for our customers so that we can grow this market, because super luxury is still very small and it's like in a niche market in the country. So one of the pillar on which we are focusing in India is that how do we reach to new geographies and how we reach to new segment of customers. Working on this pillar, we have activated more than 100 cities in last 4 years. And today you can see Lamborghini in more than 40 cities in the country. So you can find a Lamborghini owner in Jalandhar, in Amritsar, in Chandigarh, in Kanpur. We delivered the first Lamborghini in Guwahati, in Shillong, in Daman, in Udupi. So it is no longer restricted to metro cities. And also, if we go into 4 to 5 years ago, we will see primarily 3rd and 4th generation business entrepreneurs who are coming and buying Lamborghinis. But today what we see that there are more and more first generation business entrepreneurs who are buying Lamborghinis. There are women who are coming and buying Lamborghinis, people from startup ecosystem coming and buying Lamborghinis. So we are clearly expanding our reach to new segment of people. The second pillar of our strategy in India is that how do we curate experiences for our customers so that they can enjoy their Lamborghini on Indian roads, in the Indian environment. Like for example, in 2021, we created a drive experience from Delhi to Shimla via Chandigarh, and we had 50 Lamborghini owners driving their Lamborghini on Indian roads. And similarly, we are curating other experiences where we have Lamborghini Day, where we curate experiences where customers can enjoy their Lamborghini in city driving conditions, and then we also curate track experiences for our customers. The third pillar of our strategy is that how do we bring new models faster to the market, because another typical factor which you will see in luxury or premium industry is that it takes OEMs to about 6 to 18 months to bring their new models after their global launch. And in India, in Lamborghini, in last 3 to 4 years, we have tried to break this trend. When we launched Urus, India was among the top 5 markets in the world to launch the car. And we have been doing this with every new model that we are bringing. We are starting deliveries around the same time when we actually start deliveries in the other part of the world.
So you had a record-breaking year, and Urus is a game changer. What is driving this growth, and what are your key markets? Now you mentioned that it's not just restricted to metropolitan cities. You delivered your car in Guwahati and other tier 2 cities. What are your key markets, and which markets are you focusing on right now?
So the strategy to drive this growth, one, I already talked about the strategic pillars, and we are working on them. In terms of key markets, the primary business is still in bigger cities, whether you talk of Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Kochi, Chennai, or Pune, or Kolkata. These are the bigger cities. But yes, there are a lot of tier 1, tier 2 cities, like I talked about earlier. They are also growing for us. And what is exciting is that when you deliver the first Lamborghini in these cities, in next 18 months to 24 months, you see 3 to 4 Lamborghinis in the city. So, and these cities today are contributing to about 1/4 of our business, so which is very exciting. And this premise on which we are working, that wealth is not restricted only in metros, is actually helping us to grow faster in the country.
Right. Sharad, so what is the current market share for Lamborghini in the super luxury car segment, and what is your projection for growth for FY23?
So in terms of market share, that's not something which we are really chasing as a brand. But yes, I can say that we are the leading player in the super luxury segment. We are going from strength to strength, because if you look at the super luxury segment in the country, it has seen various ups and downs in last decade. But if you look at the journey of Lamborghini, we are consistently growing year on year. So that clearly showcased that, we are growing our share in the super luxury segment in the market. This year, we have started with a new initiative called Lamborghini Bull Run, where we are doing drive with purpose, purpose to promote mental health among our customers and clients. And we are taking these drive experiences beyond metros. So we have done already 4 chapters of this. We did one in Cochin, one in Chennai, one in Kolkata, one in Ahmedabad, and we have few more planned. So we are trying to promote more and more culture of driving because we want our clients to enjoy Lamborghini on the road.
Right. Now, Sharad, the whole world is, facing some serious inflationary headwinds, because of which consumers are forced to cut down on their discretionary spends. And then, because of the Russia-Ukraine war, there was a major disruption in the supply chain.
Yes.
And, automotive industry was majorly impacted by that. So, how has that impacted your business? How have these global macroeconomic factors impacted Lamborghini's business?
Yes, they are making an impact on the entire automotive business, and Lamborghini is part of this. What I can say that our team at headquarters in the factory are doing an incredible job to manage this challenge of, supply chain and also the geopolitical situation in Europe. What we have seen in first half of this year, that we are able to still meet, despite of these challenges, the delivery commitment to our customers in the market, which is very positive.
Sharad, finally, we are come end of this month, and we will enter the festive period. What is your outlook for the festive season this year? And you don't advertise. I mean, Lamborghini doesn't advertise. So what are your plans? What is your marketing strategy to engage with the potential consumers?
Yeah, festivities, bring a lot of excitement in the market, and I'm sure this year, looking at the trend, it should be something more exciting for the overall industry. But looking at us, today we are on a waiting period of 10 to 12 months across our models. So we are actually not working for the strategy for this year. In fact, we are already working for our strategies for next year. And this festivities, we will see that we are working towards bringing a new exciting model in the market. So we will launch a new Lamborghini model around the festive season, which will definitely help us to, get more orders in the market. And in terms of engagement also, we are looking at curating something very unique, a new experience for our clients in the country. So it's going to be an exciting time for us.
All right, Sharad, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to have you on the show.
Same here. Pleasure talking to you.
It is time for a short break. On the other side, we are catching up with Shailja Joshi, Director Marketing, Potato Chips category, PepsiCo India, who's speaking to us about their innovations, launch of Lays Gourmet and their consumer engagement strategies around the festive season. Welcome back. Adding a touch of gourmet to its portfolio in India, Lays has launched a premium range of slow-cooked premium kettle chips, Lays Gourmet, and along with that, a new TVC for its offering. This launch is in fact in line with their strategy to provide a spectrum of innovative and delicious snack options to the consumers. I caught up with Shailja Joshi, Director Marketing, Potato Chips category, PepsiCo India, and spoke to her about how do they devise an innovation in potato chips category every few months, especially in a market such as ours with varied local snacking options, their consumer engagement strategies around the festive season, and main focus areas in the coming months.
Shailja, welcome to CNBC-TV18.
Thank you, Shivani. Very happy to be here.
Shailja, first of all, let's share with us the idea behind the launch of Lays Gourmet. And I know I have tried it in the Mumbai market, but which other markets will you be launching this particular product?
Yeah, so Shivani, first of all, thank you for trying Gourmet. And I hope you really liked it. We've launched Gourmet as our entry into the premium potato chips category, or I would say more like an experiential snacking, right? Because we've seen that the trends in India currently, as well as going forward, are going to see a lot of households or consumers who will be looking for premium experiences across foods. And snacking is going to really see that beef up. We've launched Gourmet in all markets. You will see it across markets, and it will be led by the largest stores, modern trade, e-commerce. We have tie-up with all the relevant stores so that you can find it wherever you want.
If you can share a few insights on, your spends and media mix, and how will it change around this festive season eventually when things, are opening up, where families can visit one another, where Durga Puja and Ganpati will be celebrated with a lot of gusto, with crowds, coming to visit the pandals and the mandals.
On Lays, we've actually been very active this year. We've launched big platforms, not only products. So we started the year with launch of wafer style, and we supported it adequately, in fact, quite rigorously, for it to become a substantially big innovation for us. Then we brought Lays Sizzling Hot to India, and that's another campaign that we broke with Ranveer, and that has been doing really well for us, again, as an innovation platform. With Lays Gourmet and with the onset of season, we will be supporting again both gourmet on TV or on media, not to say TV, but on all 360 media channels, platforms, as well as on ground, to make it visible to consumers where they are, and in a way that it really stands out. Coming to your point, and hence we will be putting in substantially good amount of monies to support Lays Gourmet and all our innovations during the festive season. However, for gourmet, because it's a very premium product, what will be substantially more important than our other campaigns is how we play up digital, how we play up social, how we play up e-commerce, and also how we play up on ground, or how we, the visibility part of how the gourmet stands out on shelf is going to be substantially important for us.
Correct. And Shailja, I've been itching to ask you this. You have been coming up with one innovation after the other, is what we have seen in the past, few months, and you rightly said that. And India is a very complex market, when it's with its own regional snacking options. Like everyone has, some farsan or khakra or whatever in their respective regions and areas. So how do you devise, a new innovation every few months in a complex market such as ours, and what works and what doesn't work? How do you decide that? How do you take that call?
For Lays, what we believe in is that while we keep the Indian consumer and this many Indias very close to us, we also have a very strong understanding that consumers want their much loved brand Lays to bring to them a lot of international experiences to India, right? And hence, when you see that, our mix usually has a good, play of both these factors coming together. Sizzling Hot, for example, is a very, very successful global platform, flaming hot for us, right? It's very successful globally. But when we brought to India, we were very clear on what kind of product India will love, because we love our spices like no other. Nobody else understands spice like we do, right? Our product is different from what we have globally. It is adapted to an Indian consumer's palate, but it takes a lot of inspiration from what has worked globally, because we have a lot of expertise there. Wafer style, for that matter, we know that India is already a big market for a flat cut chip, right? We see that not only in branded, but a lot of unbranded players. The whole idea of bringing a flat chip itself emanates or is rooted in the culture of India. And what we've ensured is that we've launched it with 3 flavors, each one of them bringing alive the cultural nuances. We've launched them basis cultural or regional preferences. And we will continue doing that with wafer style very strongly.
Yeah, great. Thanks for sharing that. Shailja, also, in spite of things working either in a hybrid format, or, people coming back to work full time, PepsiCo has reported a double-digit growth in snacks volume for the second quarter in India. Is this momentum expected to continue in the coming days? What are your thoughts, and what do you have to say on that?
I think both are core brands, like the Lays core, led by programs like in-home, driven by large packs, and our innovation platforms, whether they are, and all of them are incremental. When we go and launch anything like this, we are very clear in launching, all these platforms with a mix and with a consumer proposition that is giving us a huge incrementality. It is not, really eating up from our business of core. So that again is leading to us for incremental growth, which I think should pay off in future because we've got some solid plans for future on Lays.
Great. And having said that, can you share these plans going forward? What will be your main focus areas for potato chips categories of PepsiCo?
For us, I think there are very clear three areas which we want to drive. One is how do we keep driving the growth momentum on our core, right? So how do we keep driving this brand love of a brand like Lays, which is very strong. It's a very strong brand, right? The second is how do we drive in-home consumption? Now, in-home consumption could be with large bags. How do we get consumers to stock us at home, which we've already started doing with our, Lays at home program. How do we start selling more of large bags through outlets, etc. It is going to be a complete push-pull strategy of driving in-home consumption for us. And the last one is how do we really drive premiumization as an agenda? That's going to be a big thing for us. We've already given it a boost with Max, which is already a big platform for us, doing well. Then we've got Gourmet that we've launched. Even Sizzling Hot for us is slightly more premium to core with the kind of audiences, with the kind of experience it provides. It's also slightly premium. But yeah, these are three big pillars for us that we're going to keep driving.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Shivani.
With that, it's a wrap on Storyboard this week. You can catch all of our content on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Thanks for watching. We will be back same time next week. See you soon.